Hi, Diamond friends. It's Linda with Diamonds for Linda here with another WIP chat. Hopefully, you guys aren't getting tired of my WIP chats. So, welcome to my craft living room. So, just pull up a seat. We also have a couch here. I can make you some coffee, especially now that I have my new espresso machine. I can just make it at a push of a button. But if you like tea, it also has hot water. So, that's pretty cool, isn't it? So yes, we're going to do a whip and chat today, and then I just wanted to share a few things before we start the whip and chat. So yeah, so I wanted to share what I got from Romantz Art. She's the artist that is Winter King Storybook event. What's going on? So in the Winter King Storybook event group, she did a post for that she was going to offer for $24.99, like a little themed package, and you could choose whichever one you want. And I chose this one. I believe this is True Heart, and I think it's like an 8 by 10. I think it might be autographed in the back, but I haven't opened it yet. I like it in this clear plastic. Although I do want to put it on the other side because this has like where it opens right here. So I want to, maybe I'll just do that right now. So how are you all doing? Let me know in the comments. What are you working on today? Let me know as well. The only thing with taking it out is the sticky part. I don't want it to, it's going to be hard to get it back in. But so you have this 8 by 10, and oh, look, it says, "To Linda, welcome to winter." And then it has her autograph. Wow, exciting. I like that. I kind of wish I could, oh wait, just one moment, clear my throat. I kind of wish I could just put it in by itself, but I like this cardboard because it keeps it like stiff so it doesn't bend, because I like her little note in the back. So I'm going to put this back. Oh no, oh no. Very carefully. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to keep it in the plastic though. And I'm going to put it in my craft living room. But isn't that really pretty? So it's $24.99. You got this, and then it was a matching like cover minder, but it's not, it doesn't have like the magnet and all that. So, but you could still, it's like heavy enough where it can sit. So it also has, I think, yeah, I believe this is True Heart on this side. And then in the back, it says, "The Winter King's Storybook, The Legend Unfolds, Event 2026. And it says Romance. Isn't that awesome? I really like this. So it stands. So I'm just standing that on my bookshelf. Oops, that was loud. And then she also sent these cute little stickers. So I believe these are all the well, I don't know about this one, maybe not, but I think that's part of the Winter King Storybook, and I don't think this little guy isn't though. Isn't he cute? But I think, so this one's a diamond painting I captured by Radiance. This one's not, but maybe it'll come out. And I think this one might be, and I know Dreamer Design also carries her art. But I don't know, don't quote me on all that. You'll have to go see if you could find those. And then she also gave this card, and look at this one. This is a different lion. And it just says card, not a sticker. Isn't that pretty? She spoiled us, because what we were originally paying for was this and this. So, but yeah, that was a lot of fun getting that. I got this Saturday, I think. And then another thing I wanted to share with you. Oh, it's so fun. I love this mic, you guys. If you're a content creator and you've been wondering about getting a mic, I say go for it, because it's so nice. I just, walked on the other side of my craft living room and you could still hear me. So I don't know if you remember, I mentioned that I bought like a coffee press from Kara Kozik. I'm not sure how you say her last name, but it's right here too. Creations. This is the Wizard Coffee Press. And when I opened it, yes, I already looked at it. When I opened it, she included, except it was in the regular box. Oh, I bent that. She included this ornament. And you know what was really neat about that is I was looking at this ornament. It was actually in here. in this pretty little box thingy. Isn't that pretty? That's her art. And then I was looking at this ornament and I wanted to get it, but the coffee press was pretty expensive. And then to add this was $10. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna have to leave it behind. Isn't that so pretty? I'm gonna hang this up somewhere, but I'm not sure where. So I think right now I'm just gonna put it back. So I thought that was really nice. I probably should email her and say thank you. And then what else? Oh yeah, then she has, I should probably just take the coffee press out right now so I could get everything else. And then she had this is like it says it's a thank you card, but isn't that pretty? I love her art. She needs to be on diamond painting. And then, oh, this is what the ornament was in. So the coffee press, let me get it out. It's really cute. So this box, she also designed this box. This is her art as well. I kind of don't want to get rid of the box. So it's Harry Potter themed. When I was talking to you last, I wasn't sure if it was I got a Harry Potter theme or Lord of the Rings. It came nicely packaged, but this is it. So I could make me some pressed coffee in this fun coffee press. Isn't that gorgeous? And then here they are on the broom right there. Let me take my glasses off so I can see what you guys are seeing. Isn't that really pretty? And then there's her name on the bottom. And so you put the coffee in there, you put the hot water, then you put this like this, and you leave this up for like 3 minutes, I think it is. And then once the timer goes off for that, you slowly put it down. Oops. So if you go slowly, and then you press your coffee, and then you would have to hold the lid. The only thing, and then you pour your coffee, is I wish the lid was a little bit like, you know how sometimes they have like a seal right here so it goes on and then it doesn't like jiggle and move, because it's, see, like right here it's not even. You have to move it over. It still doesn't stay on even. That's the only thing I don't like. I think it should stay on like that in the middle. So that's the only bummer. But other than that, I think it's really cute. And I haven't made coffee in it yet, so I'm going to have to do that. Maybe I'll do that today. But I've been having so much fun with my machine, my espresso machine. So I haven't been making coffee any other way. Although I have been making coffee in our regular coffee pot, because in the morning my kids like to have coffee. Let me put this somewhere. I'll put it behind me. My kids like to have coffee, but they don't really make their own coffee. I'm the coffee maker here, so they won't use. Well, they will probably, but I just make it in the morning instead of them using the espresso machine. Besides, they probably won't remember to see if there's enough water in there or coffee beans. So I still make them. Excuse me. I still make them a drip coffee. My goodness, I have like major frogs in my throat. So today I'm going to work on my Winter King storybook, Glacius. I don't know how much you can see, but isn't it coming out really pretty? So up to right here, and then there's still more over there, but let me see. Let me see if I could show you. Let me move my laptop. I think if I lift you up a little bit on one side, I could kind of move the canvas so you could see. I don't want to go too far because I have my little, right here I have this cute little cup reminder right there. Not wanting to fall off. But anyway, that's some of it. So let me go ahead and get situated. I'm going to pause you as I get all this ready so we get diamond painting. So let me just, I'll be right back. Okay, I think if I keep everything like this, I'll be fine. So, okay, let me just sit down. Let's put that, isn't this cute? This is from, well, let me see. Yeah, this is from Black Dahlia. And this was, I think, last month's little ducky. So isn't that cute? And then let's go ahead and grab the diamonds. So I have it all kitted up here. And I didn't really diamond paint too much yesterday, but I did this morning, and I'm working on color 939. And I am using Tia's pen from Palm Pal Pens. You can find her on Etsy. If I remember, I will link that below. If I don't, just say, hey, you didn't link Tia's pen shop. But I think right now she's going to be going on a retreat, so I'm not sure if she paused her shop just for right now. And then I am using my Forever Young putty in here. And then in the wax, I'm trying out this pumpkin spice from the Diamond Daughter. But remember how, I don't know if you were here in my last WIP chat, I'm not too fond of all the waxes, but I thought I should start using them and using them up. Because I have to keep refilling them, so that's what I don't like. I was watching Lizzie's World of Gem, and she got a Ditsy's Diamond Den, cover minder holder. No, I'm sorry, putty holder. And I really liked it. It's really cute. But I probably won't be ordering anytime soon right now. Although Ditsy's Diamond Den does have diamond paintings now, and there's one that I would like to get, or two actually. But anyway, I mean, I think the putty things are cute and all, but I probably wouldn't. I don't know if I would buy one. I don't know. Anyway, I had this from Creative Memories, and it was a good size for my putty. So I thought, oh, I'll just use that for my putty holder. And so right here I have, and I had to cut them though, because I think the putty holders are pretty small, where you just put this in the putty holder. But I don't know if this is a little bit bigger. So what I did was I kind of cut it like this so I could get the putty out, and it's still, so that way I'd know the scent. But then I was thinking, well, if I have too many like that, all the scents are going to combine or something, which I don't know if they really will. But so then I thought, well, let me just cut them down. So I cut the sides, the bottom, and the top, although it does make it a little bit harder to try opening it. So that's a bummer. Yeah, it's a little bit hard. Oh, there you go. So it's a little bit harder to open it. And then my nails are kind of short. This wouldn't be good though, trying to open this if I had my nails done. This is some Mary Mud. This is honeysuckle. So hopefully Mary Mud will open shop again. And then this one, but then this one from the Diamond Daughter was a big, her was a lot bigger than that. So I had to cut it like this. I tried cutting just the edges and stuff, but it was still really big. I don't know if she still has it like that. But this one, I think I'm gonna mix, because this one is kind of like string. Oh, maybe this one isn't as stringy as her last one. This is one that I bought like a year ago. So I don't remember it being so stringy as the last one I got. So I'll have to try it and I'll have to report back. Oh, that made a yucky sound. So anyway, I have my little putty holder now. So this is the putty. Although last night, because somebody was sitting here and I didn't have my diamond painting stuff out. And then when I did get my diamond painting stuff out, I just grabbed this because it was easier. So that's why my pen is filled with Forever Young, because that's not going to fit in here. Okay, we'll get started with the WIP chat in just a second. This is kind of big, although it will fit like that, and then maybe it will start smelling good with all the other putty in there. Oh yeah, I could cut it a little bit. No, maybe I'll do that. Doesn't look as pretty though. I'll keep this just in case I decide I don't want to keep it in there. Okay, so let's get all situated here. Well, I guess I am. Let me just peek and see what you guys are seeing. I think everything's in view. So let's get started. I don't even have a light on, but I think I'll be okay. I'm gonna put the table just a tad bit higher. There, I have it all the way to almost up to my neck, but that's so I can see. Okay, so let's see. I'm working on the anchor. I think I might almost be done with that one. I just got to make sure I don't get my head in here. So I'm actually going to move this a little bit closer to me. I forgot I should have done that. So I'm going to move you guys too. And then I'm going to stand up to see what y'all are seeing. Oh yeah, that's still fine. And I don't think I could get my head in there. So I think that'll be good. Hopefully Hopefully you don't see my head. Okay, take my glasses off because now I can see. So this morning I got all situated. I knew I was going to do a WIP chat. So I ate my breakfast. I got my water. Let me grab it though. It's a little bit far from me. Sorry if I shoot you guys. I got my water close by and I am set. So I'm not going to have any growling stomach. And if I get thirsty, I'll have my water right here. And yeah, so I'm all set this time. I came prepared. So I wanted to let you all know that my daughter said thank you to you all. She said, tell you guys thank you for those of you who were saying congrats on her recent engagement. So she just wanted me to let you all know that she thought that was very kind of you guys. So yesterday was Father's Day and we had the kids over for some hamburgers and chips and dip and all that good stuff. Let me just find this really quick and I think I'll do the U-turn arrows. Uh-oh, where'd that one go? Oh, here it is. I guess I should get my little trash train thingy here, although I don't have it. I don't have the other magnet for it. So it was a lot of fun. My daughter and her fiance, they were coming from Arkansas because they went to go visit some of his family in Arkansas to take engagement pictures. I guess he knew somebody or he has a family friend or something who owns a photography company and they were going to take some pictures. So they came out really nice. She was able to show me some of the pictures. But yeah, they drove from Arkansas that morning. They started and they drove straight to our house. So that was very kind of them to do that because I know they were tired after a long, what is it, I think it's like 4 or 5 hour drive from here. And my dad came by too. My son, my oldest son, picked him up and he lives about an hour away. So him and my brother came and they stayed until 7. I think they got here around 3. We told everybody to get here about 3:30ish. We'll have the food, of course, with my daughter and her fiance. Whenever they got here, we weren't gonna try to put them on a time because we want them to drive safe. And then all the boys came. I was only missing one son, but he lives an hour away, and you know he has a little one, and so I know it's a little bit harder for him. But I did call him, although he didn't pick up. But he was probably busy celebrating with his wife and her family, so I do miss him. He doesn't come over as much. And for holidays, we try to be like, I don't, you don't want your kids to be all stressed out. So we just kind of try to be like, well, if you come, you come. If not, then maybe we can celebrate on another day because we don't want to. Because we know it's hard. When we were younger, we were going from house to house, and especially with him living an hour away, but we kind of miss out on all the holidays, which is a really bummer because they moved closer to her family, so they kind of just hang out they just kind of hang out with her family and on holidays and stuff. So I do miss him. So we haven't had a Thanksgiving or Christmas together for a few years. And then with my daughter, last Christmas, she was in California or Arkansas. No, she was in Arkansas. And for Thanksgiving, she was in California visiting family. So, and then the previous Christmas before last year, she was spending it with her aunt. Or was it that? When was it that? Is that when she went to Germany? Yeah, she went, was it for one of the holidays? Oh, I can't even remember now. So she wasn't here. So it's been like This Christmas, if my daughter's not gonna probably spend Christmas with us, which will be the second Christmas. I kind of miss all that. So my son, it's been a while for him, probably going on 3 years if he doesn't come this Christmas. And then my daughter will be their second Christmas. So yeah, it's kind of miss having them for Christmas and Thanksgiving. Hopefully not this Christmas, but the next Christmas, hopefully my daughter will be here. She's getting married in December, pretty close to Christmas, so she probably won't even be here. She'll probably be on her honeymoon for Christmas, which is nice because everything will be decorated wherever you go. It'll have like a Christmassy. All the Christmas time is so pretty when you travel. When my husband and I got married, we got married in November, at the end of November, and we went to Georgia. I think the city was called Delung or something like that, and their downtown, or I don't remember if it was a small town or it was their downtown, but it was so pretty because they were already getting ready for Christmas, and it was like they had all the Christmas decorations out. Oh, I had a cough. I could pause from my microphone, but I'm always kind of scared to do that, so then I have to stand up and pause from my phone because I don't want to mess anything up. So with this microphone set, I can use the microphone to pause and unpause, but since I can't see the phone, I don't know if it's turning on and off correctly. So yeah, it'll be nice. Hopefully one of these Christmases we can have everybody again, which I know that's going to be pretty tough, but I can dream. I could dream that one Christmas we'll all be together under one roof, at least for a day. How is it with you all? With your kids that are grown? Do you have them for Christmas, or how does that work for you all? Because some live in different states. Like, I think it was 6 years, maybe 7 years after we got married, we ended up moving to Texas. So we haven't had a lot of Christmases with our family. Although my mom had already passed away, and then my other sister was already in Georgia, and I had another sister who was, I think she was still in California, but she was a few hours away. So when we moved out here, my dad ended up following us like a year later, since we were the one with the grandkids. Well, the most grandkids. My sister had my niece, who was older. I think she was in her teens by then. But so yes, I haven't had like Christmas with all my sisters and my brother all under one roof for a long time. So I do miss that. I did go home for 1 year for Christmas. My husband had to work though, because I was staying there for a month. That was when my grandmother was sick and she ended up passing that year. So I stayed out there for almost 2 months just to be with her. And she was in and out of the hospital and things like that. So, but I was able to spend Christmas with my sister. So that was fun. And they had a really good dinner, Christmas dinner. They made I forgot the cut of that meat, the one that you, oh, I can't remember. Like you cook it slow and it's super tender and it's so good. It's really expensive. My husband and I bought it to cook this past November, I think. It was so good. But I can't believe I can't remember the name. But you marinate it. Do you marinate it? Yeah, for 24 hours in the fridge. Well, it's not marinating. You rub it with salt. You put it in the fridge for 24 or 48 hours. And then you cook it. You lower the heat. I forgot. I don't know. I can't believe I don't remember. But and that's because I'm filming. If I wasn't filming, I'd remember the name of it. So anyway, yesterday we had a really good time. I gave my husband this weed thingy that it's made from, is it Frisca's? The ones that make those scissors? But what you do is it helps you with the weeds outside. Let me see my next color. So it's a weed puller since he spends a lot of time in the garden now. And you know, those weeds, they just keep coming. They don't stop. So I got him that. He really liked it. So I was thankful that he really did. I wasn't sure, but he really liked it. He went out there and started pulling some weeds. And so this one, I don't know if I mix these ones up or if that, I think this is the one that I mixed up. I don't know. I can't remember. But there's some like dark ones in here, so I'm going to take those out. I'm actually going to put those on the other side. I'm trying to save my trash, but you know, to have it true trash. No, I think this is what I did. I put this in there, so. Okay. So yeah, so he really liked that. And then the boys, they gave him, it's like this module thing with DeWalt, and it's on wheels. So he's always needing his tools, taking them places and fixing things. So he really liked that. And it's really nice. And then my daughter gave him a card. And yeah, it was really nice. So we had, so I made the hamburgers, like I seasoned them. I just put salt and pepper really. And then my son, my youngest son, he cooked them outside on the grill. And that was really good. I made some big patties, y'all. I have this Pampered Chef patty mold where you put the meat in. And you could make sliders because it has like an insert if you want to make sliders. But we were making regular hamburgers. So my husband's always teasing me on my big hamburgers. He's like that. He calls it the 2-pounders. It's not that big, but it does cover the whole bun. Because before whenever I would make hamburgers, it would come out so small that they wouldn't cover the bun. And so we bought that meat from Costco, like one of those, I don't know, is it 5 pounds? And I made 11 or 12 burgers. And then I have enough meat left over for a few more. So yeah, my burgers were pretty big. But I like them like that because especially when I have a hamburger without the bread, without the bun. But I did use one size of the bread. But if I'm not going to have the bread at all, I like having a nice size hamburger. So, but I figured that way everybody will have one good sized burger. Although my son, so I have one son who I'm always trying to feed him more, and he usually just takes his one serving. And this time I didn't have extra patties, and he's all, "Is there more?" And these were good sized patties, so I'm so bummed. I wish I would have had. I did make an extra one, but I think my youngest son took it because he eats a lot. But I was kind of bummed because I was like, "Oh no, I don't have any more," and I'm always trying to fatten him up, so I was kind of bummed about that. He actually wanted seconds, and I didn't have the seconds. So that was really fun. We watched some of the fights from FIFA from the World Cup. So I normally don't watch those, but this was interesting. And my goodness, that they like go at each other, and it's like different than wrestling. But 2 of them actually, that was their night to retire. So that was interesting. And you know, it's pretty cool. It's like they know when it's their time. One lost, and I think he said if he lost, he knew that was his time to retire, so he put his gloves on the floor. The other one was an older gentleman. He was 38 and he fought a 30-year-old, and he ended up winning. He used like a lot of moves from like wrestling moves, and he was just able to tire the other guy out. But he said that was his last fight as well, and he put his gloves on the floor. Oh, that mat was so gross, you guys. It had like, I don't know if they sanitized them in between fights because there was like blood on those mats. Oh, it's gross. But that was interesting. Then we watched some soccer, and I don't know who all played and things like that, but it was fun. So then we watched that for a little while with the kiddos while they were just relaxing after that big burger I made. So yeah, we had a great time. My husband really enjoyed his Father's Day, so I'm happy about that. We tuckered him out. By the time bedtime came, he was out. So that was fun. I hope you all had a great Father's Day. Oh, my foot is itching. I think I got bit by a mosquito. Those dang mosquitoes. They're coming out again. It's that time. Oh, the cicadas are out too. I could hear them when I go outside. That's pretty neat. I always love when the cicadas come. Usually they come closer to August. I feel like they're a little bit early this year. Oh, my arm's kind of hurting today. Maybe I'm diamond painting too much. So when was it? Saturday. I had to descale my espresso machine for the first time. When I got it, it had the descaling symbol on, meaning it needed to be cleaned, but I didn't have any. So I had ordered some and it finally came in. I know you could use like vinegar and such, but since it's an expensive machine, I wanted to use what they recommend, their own descaling stuff. And which I don't mind. I think it was like $16.99. Oh wait, I got a cough, so let me pause you. I think it was around $16.99. I got it off of Amazon, but it's good for 5 like descalings, if that's a word. But so I put the descaler in and I put the water in, and if I was following the instructions, there was no written instructions. It was all by pictures. So I pushed the button and then I pushed the other button it said, and then some water came out. And then it kind of like some water came out, but then it stopped. So I was looking at the pictures and it said the next picture after it stopped, the water was coming out of the espresso section and then some of the water came out of the wand, the steam wand. And then and then it stopped. So I looked at the pictures and the instruction book and it showed taking out the water section of the espresso machine and throwing that out. And I'm like, but I was looking at the water and there was still like quite a bit of water still left in there. And then, you put the descaling stuff in there, so I didn't want to waste anything. But I was looking at the picture and there was water still in their container as well. So I thought, well, maybe that's how it's supposed to be. So I dumped the water out, and because I think it was going to go through like the first one had the descaling solution, the second two were, I think, like rinsing it and stuff. And the whole process was supposed to take 40 to 45 minutes. So I did that. I dumped the water. I filled up more water. And then I did what the pictures told me to do. But it like didn't do anything. So then I'm like, oh no, maybe this is what's wrong with this machine. It doesn't want to descale properly. So I was fiddling with it and no water was coming out. And then I thought, well, I thought of looking it up on YouTube, but every time I would try to find stuff on the coffee pot, the espresso machine, I didn't get very good videos. So I was like, well, I hope it's not broken because now it wouldn't do anything. I turned it off and I turned it on. I mean, it would turn off and on, but it wouldn't continue the descaling because in the instructions it said if the descaling process is interrupted, like if you have a outage and then when the electricity turned back on, it will like continue or something. But that didn't happen because so I turned it off and on and it still wasn't starting up again. So then my husband went looking on YouTube and he found a video and at the end of the day it worked. So the guy on the YouTube was saying sometimes it takes a little while for the water to come out. You just have to be patient. And then, but it was like a long while. So I don't know. We got it going again. well, thanks to my husband, he got it going again. And then so I finished the descaling process, and now the descale icon doesn't pop on, so that's nice. So I got it all clean. So now it's all cleaned out. And I hope I don't have to do that for a while again. Because I guess next time I know to be more patient. Because the guy was saying it seems like it's not going to work. And they should tell you that in the instruction section. Because I like pictures. I'm more a visual person. But I also like a little bit of words. Because sometimes the pictures, you have to make sure you're looking at the wand. Where the wand, is it on or off? So anyway, I would like a little bit of words with the pictures, so that would have been nice. And maybe something like, oh yeah, it takes a little while for it to start, or just be patient with it, or something like that. That would have been nice. Because I was a bit confused, and then I was afraid that it wasn't going to work and that the machine, but that's why it was returned. But I was able to make everybody coffee that wanted coffee that came for Father's Day. And my dad, he's not like he likes just regular coffee that you make at home. He's not into like Starbucks or, going to the coffee shops. He'll go once in a while, but it's not like it's the coffee, especially like Starbucks, is too strong for him. So I made him some coffee because the espresso machine, I don't think I'm making true espressos because I'm not using espresso beans. I'm just using like a dark roast. And then the coffee machine, the espresso machine, has a button for coffee. You can make an espresso. You can make an iced coffee or a Americano. So there's 4 buttons you could press. So I was telling my dad it might be a little bit stronger than usual, but because also it's like compressing all that coffee together, and so I don't know. So I made him with the coffee button, so that way, it dispenses the water. And then even after it made the coffee, it made the coffee, then added the water. I added more water since he had room in his mug. And then he added like half and half. So he said it was fine. But somebody else said it was pretty strong. I think one of my boys. But it was good. So they were fine with it. I mean, because I could make it less strong. There's like also 3 coffee bean icons on there. And the first one is light. The second one is medium. And the third one is like the most intense. And I had it on 3 because I like strong. I guess that's what the word I'm looking for, strong. So I was kind of making it strong, but you can always add water, so that's why I make it that way. So then I was asking my brother, do you want me to make you a cup of coffee? And he's, oh, I don't drink hot coffee. I usually have ice. And I said, oh, fine. There's a iced coffee option on here too. He's, oh, okay. So I made him an iced coffee, and I had made me an iced coffee on Friday, and it was really good. In fact, I'm going to make me one today as well. So yeah, so I was able to give everybody some coffee. My daughter wanted decaf, which I can change out the beans. So I did have to make her a drip coffee. But everybody else got a coffee from my new espresso machine, and that was a lot of fun. It was so easy too. You just put the mug under there, hit the button, and their coffee starts brewing. Oops, I should put one there. So, yeah, I'm really having fun with my coffee machine. I'm probably drinking too much coffee right now. I got to try one with my new coffee press, the one that I got from the artist. Put my hand down a little bit. I don't know why, but my arm is like hurting just a little bit. My husband might come home for lunch, so I'm probably gonna have to end soon because I don't want if my videos ever end abruptly, like I'm okay, bye, I gotta go, or something like that, or it just ends, it's because somebody came home, either my husband or somebody. So if that ever happens, it's probably because the truck rolled up. So I have my windows open so I could see. Usually I could hear like car doors and stuff, but the only problem with that is I could hear everybody's car door opening, and sometimes I think it's close to my house. So then sometimes I've stopped and then it wasn't even my husband coming home. So this month I have hardly bought anything. I had to rein in this month because I kind of spent a lot last month. So the only things I've bought this month so far is I got my mystery kits from Pressed and Placed, which I think they'll ship. So hopefully they get here soon and I could do an unboxing, and then we could try to guess the next month's. And we could see how close we were to guessing the summer. I forgot the name of this theme, so I had to do something with summer. And so we'll see how close we were with guessing, and then we could try to guess the next month. The next month is for July box. I think it's like a chromo, how do you say that word? Chromatic. I have to see the word to say it. Sometimes I can't say words, but if I can see how, if I have it in front of me, like spelled out in front of me, I can say it. So I don't know. That's kind of strange, but I have to see the word to be able to say it. Chromatic. Is that how you say it? Anyway, so it's like that. So there's like one, see, like this wax already needs to be more on there. Like there's one that's blue with all the different shades of blue. There's one that's red. And I think one was green. So I gotta get the picture so we can kind of try to guess them. I'm so tempted to kit up my Cheryl Baker one. So it's in the living room and I've been looking at it and wanting to kit that one up. I gotta see how many colors it has to see what to kit it up in. I would like to kit up in one of my Elizabeth Wards, but I gotta see if I have one available. So, well, yeah, so the only diamond paintings I've bought so far is from Pressed and Placed, and I think that's it. I want to get one from the diamond painting shop, and you know what's so funny? The painting I want is Tabs Jones, and that's the same artist that I did that unboxing for. I did unboxing for Referral Art with the candle rose, that like Halloweenish one, candle lit or something like that. The really pretty gal with the roses and the candles, but it's more like Halloweenish. I think when I do that one, because she has like blood coming down her eye. I think it's one eye. I'm not sure if it's both, but I think when I do that, I'm gonna try to render out the blood coming out of the eye. I like everything except for that part. So I'm not like good at re-rendering, but I think what I might do is just see what's next to it and kind of go from there, and hopefully it'll come out okay. And if it doesn't, I guess I could always take them out and put what's supposed to really be there. But yeah, that's about like the only two purchases I have made with diamond painting, like buying actual diamond paintings. So I've been really good, but I've had to because I don't actually have the money to go wild this month. So I did want to get one from Dreamer Designs, but I wanted to get one from their overseas. But I wanted to only get one. I thought the shipping would be $10, and like if you have like a coupon code for 15% off or something, I thought that would help with the shipping. But for the overseas, I don't know if it's I don't know how much the shipping is for the ones not the overseas. But it's going to be $17 to ship. I thought, 10 I'm fine, 15, but I don't know, once it gets to like 17, that's kind of expensive. So I thought, well, I'll just wait till I have money and I can order enough to get free shipping, because they do have, like, if you order a certain amount, you get free shipping. So I'll just have to wait on that till I have a little bit more cash. There are some really nice diamond paintings that I want to get from Dreamer Designs. Let's see, how about the anchor? We'll do 939. I'm gonna have to watch my video back to make sure my head doesn't get in because I'm not using my magnifying lamp. Oops. This pen is nice because it's really light. So those of you who don't like a heavy pen, because I know some pens can be on the heavier side, this is a really nice option. And it's hollow, so if you need to use it with those e-pens, you can do that too. I haven't been using my e-pens, but I'm glad I did get some to share with you all, because maybe it helped you all decide on an e-pen. I still have some of them though. I like the little bee one, but I like that one just because it's cute. There's a bee e-pen. I don't know if it's still out there. If I remember, I will link to it. But I really like the Pigmondu one. And Pigmondu actually has diamond paintings, and so I would like to try one of their diamond paintings. Maybe I should put that on the list. Oops, I put these down pretty crooked. Let me scoot them over. Yeah, so today I didn't get a late start. I actually got like an hour's worth of diamond painting in this morning. I was listening to the morning show from Tia and Lizzie, because they switched their morning show from Saturday to Sunday. So usually on Saturdays I was able to tune in, but now that it's on Sundays I won't be able to, and I'll have to listen to it as a replay. So that's what I did this morning. I was listening to their morning laughs. I guess Tia's going to a retreat that's, is it called Tall Oaks or Shady Oaks? Tmall over at DP Sparklers, you know, where you could buy the all the extra bling. They had, I think it was sometime last year. I haven't been to her lives lately, but so they bought a property that has a house on it, and they're turning it into a place like a retreat, not just for diamond painting, but I guess you could rent it for other things as well. So I think this is the second diamond painting retreat they're going to have, and it's just kind of like a get-together retreat, so they're not having all these sponsors and things like that. It's just they're coming together or getting together to diamond paint or do whichever craft, Legos or knitting, things like that. So that sounded like fun. And she has, and I guess she's able to fit extra people with having like an RV or something like that on, that people can stay to sleep in there. So that's pretty cool. I would love to do that someday. Buy a piece of property to have crafters come and get together. I've thought of it before, like, oh, that would be fun, but we don't have a property to do that. So that's a bummer. So my husband was telling me that he was reading in the Wall Street Journal about picture frames that show pictures, you know, like the ones where you can upload pictures to the frame and then they kind of like show the different pictures. Like kind of like a slideshow, I guess. Well, the ones that you get that are super inexpensive, the cheap ones from China, they've been finding out that there's something like embedded in them. I'm not exactly sure because I didn't get to. I listened to it on the Wall Street Journal, and I don't have this Wall Street Journal because I was asking him, can I have the link to that like podcast or YouTube video? But he didn't have a link because it was on the Wall Street Journal. So anyway, but he was just telling me the other day that they found out that there's like something embedded in them where they could connect to your Wi-Fi and they could hack like your personal information. And I know, like, you know, we're just like the Wi-Fi kind of just like the government and all that can, you know, pretty much probably hear you. Or not just the government, but you know how your phone hears you, like you talk about something, then Facebook is bringing up the ads and things like that. So I know all that's going on, but this is something different where most of it's coming from China, but there are other countries as well. But so they're able to hack into your Wi-Fi and try to get into your bank account or, like your social media, hack into your social media. So you got to be careful with those things. These are like the cheap ones that you buy on Amazon. I think if you get more like a name brand that you're okay. Although, it's still your privacy. It's all connected to the Wi-Fi, so all that kind of stuff's not super private unless you know how to block all that, which I don't. So I thought that was interesting. So be careful with buying the knockoffs or, the not the name brand when you're buying those things. Because they might be stealing your info and getting into your social media and things like that. So that's not good. Like with the, I'm not exactly sure how it works, but I'm sure like the government can kind of, our government, the US government can kind of, if they needed to, like hack into your stuff, because you see it on movies where on your computer they could look and see what's on your computer, things like that. But at least they're not trying to steal and hack. I don't like all that, being able to, access your stuff. Of course, I don't like all that, but they're not out there to steal your bank account. So anyway, I just thought that was interesting. I don't know all the ins and outs 'cause I didn't read or listen to it. And I don't know how all that stuff works. But just got to be careful. People could hack into your stuff with those photo thingies. So that's no bueno. But anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it there. I don't really have anything to talk about. One of you all were telling me to find some tag questions, and you recommended a channel, so I need to go check that out. And so that way I could do some tag questions. If you guys have any questions. So yeah, let me know in the comments. But anyway, I think I'm going to end it there because my arm's actually kind of hurting. Not my arm, but my hand. I think I need to do some stretches or something. And so yeah, hopefully I kept you company. If I did, let me know what you're working on. And thank you so much for stopping by because I know you all are busy. So I really, really do appreciate you coming by, listening to my WIP chats. And I'll try to, maybe I'll try to like remember to write things down or figure out something to talk about because I know yeah, I have a hard time trying to figure what to talk about. But anyway, thank you again for coming. And if you're here to the end, I think there might be an otter emoji. And if not, just put any animal emoji. But I'm pretty sure there's an otter emoji. So thank you so much. And remember to be a sparkle in this world. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.